Crypto Mania 2022 is coming, so we could be looking at our very last chance to get on board the crypto gravy train that will choo-choo to parabolic mania highs driven by the FOMO millennial generation, where my strategy will be to accumulate during the continuing crypto bear market. But unlike Bitcoin, many cryptos still trade well below their previous all-time highs. Firstly, cryptos are very high risk. The crypto bugs constantly talk about how manipulated fiat and stocks and precious metals are, hence they seek their financial freedom in decentralized cryptocurrencies. However, in my opinion, cryptocurrencies are they are the most manipulated markets of the lot, where huge amounts of coins reside in a few whale wallets that are literally dumped onto the markets at any time. Then there are the inflation rates, crypto coin printing on an epic scale that would even make Feds Powell blush, where comparatively low prices against all-time highs can easily fool unsuspecting newbie crypto investors into buying garbage, with masked inflation rates in excess of over 100% that thus cannot sustain any bull runs to capitalize on until the inflation rates moderate to well under 10%, such as that of Filecoin, where given the plethora of pumping content out there, one is hard pressed to determine the actual true inflation rate that apparently is currently running at 160% against that for say Bitcoin's inflation rate of about 1.6%. So I've approached cryptos with both eyes wide open, hence why my strategy during the great crypto bear market of 2021 was to accumulate into a select few cryptos that my research had deemed to be relatively safer. Obviously with cryptos there's no such thing as safe. Anyway, deep discounts to the highs of as much as 80% improves the risk reward ratio somewhat. And the rest of this truly extensive analysis has first been made available to patrons who support my work at just $4 per month. Extensive analysis that includes cryptos that I have deemed to have a high probability of trading to many multiples of their current price, most of which still trade at deep discounts, including my price targets on where they could reach during the next crypto mania when the millennials will be FOMOing out of their mouths, foaming. So do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $4 per month, $4, for immediate access to all of my analysis and trend forecasts, including learning material and including my recent analysis on why so-called transitory inflation is likely to be permanent. So batten down those hatches for what is to come. And then there is my extensive analysis of silver, including a trend forecast into mid-2022. Also is my extensive analysis on the prospects for the stock market into mid-2022, with my next analysis, soon to be published analysis, updating the buying levels for AI tech stocks, Google's, Amazon's, Facebook's and so on, AMD, TSMC. I better stop there. For instance, Intel hit its buying level of $48 last week, which is what my patrons have been patiently waiting for since Intel was trading high at $65, when I was saying no, don't buy at $65, just buy at the buying level. That's why I've set the buying levels where they are high probability levels that they should trade down to eventually, and here we are some X months later, $48 buy. And I did what I said I was going to do. I tripled my holding of this quantum AI tech stock, now trading at a dirt cheap P multiple of just 9. I compare that to Amazon on 58, with many more stocks homing in on their buying levels, such as IBM, which I bought pre splitting into two, well, 5 shares of IBM and you get 1 share of Kendall. If you value them together, then the current stock price is around $132, whereas it's trading at $126. So you should have bought before the split, because you'll have a net value of $132 to $133 against the market price of around $126. So that's IBM. And don't forget Facebook. We're sell buying at $384. Wait for it, $301. That's what it's homing in on. It's not got there yet. It came close, $308 last week. I nearly bought it at $312, but I didn't. But it was close. So do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $4 per month for immediate first access to all of my analysis and trend forecasts. Your mega trends ahead of the curve investing analyst with over 35 years experience. That includes being one of the few who both recognized that the stock market was about to crash in October 1987 and profited from it by shorting the Dow before it crashed. $4 per month is dirt cheap for what you're going to be getting access to, compared to the clowns on YouTube barely out of puberty pumping scams and such like, totally oblivious to the megatrends such as the inflation megatrend and the AI megatrend that I've been banging the drums for since 2015, when you could have picked up the likes of Microsoft for about 1/10 its current price. Then we have the war with China megatrend, which I've been drumming since what? Must be late 2016, yeah, something like that. All of these megatrends are where the trends manifest themselves, and all you're usually aware of is like the fluff on top, barely visible fluff on top. That's what most of the commentary is concerned with. You don't even. When did you last hear about the war with China megatrend? I bet you haven't. Well, you heard of AI, but you know it's a megatrend that's going to run for 20 years. And quantum computing megatrend is part of the AI megatrend. Anyway, do consider becoming a patron by supporting my work for just $4 per month. You're not going to get any better value for money than that, as we defend ourselves, protect ourselves from the rampant money printing inflation by the central banks. Insane money printing as though it's not going to feed through into wage and price inflation. Big inflation is coming, as I've been flagging for over 6 months. It's more like a year now. That's what I was saying last year. If you're thinking of buying big ticket items, do it now before the price hikes, which have transpired. I bought a Karcher K7 for £340. Current price on Amazon is $565, and similar for lots of other tech items I bought. For instance, the components in my PC that I ordered in January and got delivered in March was £3,100. Current price of the components is over £4,000. Crazy, the inflation is here, and it is accelerating regardless of what the indices say. So protect yourselves by investing in assets that are leveraged to inflation, and AI tech stocks are leveraged to inflation and are about to get discounted. So do subscribe to my YouTube channel for such analysis, and do consider becoming a patron.